Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves. Keep calm and Maferefun Ogun. Please refer to my video that I've made approximately a year ago regarding Orisha Oggun. Well, here we are, April 19th, 2023. We need to talk about Ogun. This is a video that's been a long time coming. Also, too, I received this shirt of my father, Achosi, who is on my head, from Joseph Baba Ifa. Please, it's a very good Babalao. Follow him and his beautiful Epetabi of Ochun on YouTube as well for further patakis and information. Now, in understanding Ogun, we have to give a lot of love to Orisha Oggun. I'm going to pray first. Omi tutu, ana tutu, tutu laroe, tutu ile, tutu omo, ariku babao. And blessings to all, and blessings to Orisha, and blessings to your spirit guides, and to your Egun. Those of you who have your Elekis and Araleos, congratulations to you. Those of you who are unsure about your path of Orisha, do understand everybody's path is different. You have to do what makes you happy and whatever your calling is. I always have to say, Maferefun elegua first. Elegua, Maferefun elegua is the road opener of all Orisha. He is the one who opens our road and gives us blessing, as we always have to say, Maferefun elegua. In knowing how the warriors walk, not only do we have Eshu, Elegua, we have Ogun, and we have Ochosi, Maferefun, in blessings, and understanding the path and knowing the power of Orisha. Let's talk about who Ogun is. In the spiritual path, he is known as Saint Peter. Some say John the Baptist. Wow, Ogun, I have so much love for him. Those of you who have Ogun in your house and have received your warriors, rock steady as I want to show you this, as he is not only known as the god of war, but he is the Orisha of very, very powerful energies of spiritual, what they call strength. So when you have Elegua coming through, you will have Ogun, and I deliberately took this with all blessing, with permission, to show you we have Ogun that comes out as a warrior. He uses the machete not only as a weapon, but it's also to cut our way to our closest and most accurate spiritual path. That's under the guidance if that's what you choose, because when you receive your warriors, it's not just for you to say, oh, this is for me to serve and for them to look pretty and for them to sit here. It's also too for you to develop a relationship with your warriors, Elegua, Ogun, and Achosi. So even Ogun is so powerful that when the Babalaos doing their mantanza, and they're finished the ceremony, I've seen a beautiful dance of Ifa where they're like, Iba, Iba, cheke, muff Ogun. Ogun is also known as the king of Obey. He has the energy of the knife, okay? So in understanding the power of Ogun, listen, the very phone that you're on, the very computer that you're using, the very transportation of your car, even if you're flying, even if you're rowing a boat, in most accurate times, they're made of metal and steel. The very blood that runs through your veins has iron. They have components that make up this beautiful Orisha that has so much ache. So in understanding that, they walk together. Elegua, Ogun, Achosi. And I love them. I love all the Orisha. But let's understand Ogun. The power of Ogun, sadly, is that when he went through betrayal of mankind and of humanity, he walked away and he went right into the forest, because it wasn't only betrayal. There were certain different patakis where Ogun has done things that he is not proud of, like all of us. So he who cast the first stone, go ahead. Anyways, so he banished himself, exiled himself to the woods. He didn't want to come out. Guess what? Everything stopped working. The very coins that you use to even throw down to give offerings, everything, the car that you use to take your godchildren or your children or wherever you're going to ceremonies or whatever you're doing, you couldn't do it without Ogun. So he banished himself into the woods. Yes, he did. And when he went into the woods, everything stopped working. The only Orisha that was able to bring out Orisha Oggun was the beautiful, sweet, loving, and intelligent Oshun. She is the one who brought Ogun out of going into the woods and turning his back on humanity and feeling ashamed. Ogun never stops working. Those of you who have your warriors, or those of you who have received Ogun, give him the utmost respect. When you are going in and you always say, Maferefun Ogun, when I cross a railroad, I cross my arms, I say, Maferefun Ogun. Now listen, for those of you who are crowned Ogun, crowned Achosi, crowned Elegua, as we say, Elegua, Ogun, Achosi, do remember to humble yourselves. Those of you who are marked with your Orisha, humble yourself. Why? Because the Orisha is not going to recognize, oh, this is my child. There is favoritism. They're going to look, especially the warriors, Elegua, Ogun, Achosi. They're going to look at your merits and your good qualities of your life. That's what they're going to look at, because that's what they live by. They're not there to scare anyone. They're not there to like people think, to punish. And no, punishment comes from Ogun and different other energies. They are there to guide us. They will warn you. So those of you who have received your Kofa or Mano de Arula, please look at your signs. Do know your Ibos of your signs. Those of you who have Santo made and got crowned and need to understand what the Orisha is warning you about, doesn't mean they're ready to punish you. However, don't mess with the children of warriors, because you will get your ass handed to you, especially if they didn't do anything to you. So in blessings, I am so happy with love and blessing. Maferefun de Mata, my father Chosi. However, do things right, do things honorable, tell the truth. Don't look for anything that is unnecessary that can define or demolish your human energy. We tend to think, for example, my crown is a Chosi. Do we wear hats in representation of different Orishas when we are crowned? Yes, we can. So if we're going to a tambor for Obatala and we want to put one of these on as white, we can. Okay, so in understanding that, do know people tend to think, oh, I am crowned, I don't know, let's say an example, Yewa, and blessings to Yewa. So I have the power to do this, this, and that. No, honey, your head is different as you have the blessing of Orisha. The numbers, the Oduns that are in your path, in your Ita, in your life book, that really defines. You may have your guardian angel on your head, but the numbers in the Odun may define who your Orisha that really walks with you very strongly is. And your guardian angel will never leave your side. We always have to say in blessings to Ogun. So let's get back to Ogun. Ogun, they say, is bloodthirsty. That's what they say. So I'm not cutting any corners or making this sound cute for those of you who don't understand Orisha. Or you're going to be like, oh, yes, he is. He's a bloodthirsty Orisha. When we have to get operated on, those of you who are already crowned, who have your warriors in permission to your Ile, and do check everything with your madrina, your padrino, to your elders, and so forth. Who is the one? The scalpel cuts the skin. No, the scalpel cuts the skin. So those of you, with permission of your godparent, those of you who are crowned can throw obi. Sometimes we do a dance with that scalpel and clean ourselves and put it to our Orisha in the caldero of our Orisha, in the pot of Ogun. So in understanding that all of those tools have a meaning, those of you who are learning, try not to learn everything all at once. Take your sweet time. As good spirits come with patience. What I absolutely love and I find amazing about Achosi is he takes his time. But when that fletcher hits, it hits. Take your time. You can't run and hunt something down and go crazy and shoot it. No, my daddy walks up and he takes his time. So in understanding that, do know that you always have also your spiritual guardian angel. So those of you who don't have beads yet, those of you who are unsure of your path, do know that this message is for you. Always have love and faith in what you believe in. But those of you who love Ogun, Maferefun Ogun, we have to remember when we're seeing the people who are crowned Ogun, they get mounted with Ogun, or they get crowns Yemaya, get mounted Yemaya. They are not the actual Orisha. They are being used as a vessel for the Orisha to speak to you. Okay, so please don't feel bad if you go to a drumming and you felt like you was put down or you was ignored by the Orisha. They still have human energy. So have faith in the Orisha. The Orisha are the Ashe of Olodumare and of Olofi. Okay, so in understanding that, we get mixed up. Oh, I'm crowned Achosi, so I have a right to do this. And no, Achosi would kick your ass too. Respect Achosi, respect your guardian angel. Whatever that needs to be done, leave the petition to your guardian angel, as we are human. And we have to understand that there was walks of life that we had to learn from. So in going over all of this, I hope this answered your question. Do know that this here, really the original Garabato, Maferefun Elegua, belongs to Elegua. Normally this Garabato is from a guava tree. That is his main tree. And why is it used? Because it's used to reach and help us to reach for things, to cut our way to our highest spiritual path is that of the machete of Ogun. They all have tools. Don't underestimate the Garabato. The Garabato opens your road. Please do not underestimate the Garabato. I had this specially made and I love it so much. Even though we know that this symbol belongs to Elegua, Maferefun Ogun, this was given to me as a gift spiritually, as well as this one as well. Very, very strong. These are different tools that the Orisha uses. Another tool, the main tool of Ogun is the Obe, is the machete. Some of us even put fire on this with rum. Do not do this unless you're given permission to do so, or unless you are crowned and you already have Ogun. Also, too, the blessing of Achosi, of the bow and arrow. They all have weapons. Whenever we put a weapon to our Orisha that belongs to them, with permission of them, that is their ability to fight for us in the astral world. And I did mention this a year ago. So I hope that this helped. That interview that I did with Joseph, Baba, Ifa, and his beautiful family, this is the t-shirt I received of Achosi, so I don't want people to think. I never forget about my father, Maferefun Achosi, but I have to talk about Ogun. We need to love all Orisha. For those of you who are watching, I thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves. Te quiero mucho. Ireo mo, ireo ma, arikuba bawa. And if you have questions, some of you text me. Feel free to do so. Some of you have emailed me at shadowofwolves777@gmail.com. Let me know. Make comments or whatever it is. I love you all. I'm sending you all Ire, Ashe, and blessings going into the month of May. Ashe.